raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. West side, raise it up. 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 North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. The west side, raise it up. Raise it up. Raise it up. Raise it up.
Hey loves. My name is Wyann. I also go by Y. Welcome to another incredible episode of Raise It Up Why, the podcast. We are coming at you the final Thursday of October 2024 in an episode we are calling Bitch, I'm Not Your Fan. Of course, for better marketing purposes, we are only going to say I'm not your fan. And actually, I just freestyled the B word. Not I'm trying to censor it now, but if you are new here, thank you so much for your non-refundable time and energy. I appreciate always anytime we have new loves. For people who are familiar with this space, again, I thank you even for returning to a space that you found value in. Thankful for my baby brother. I'm gonna get right into it. My baby brother had a wedding, and my new baby sister-in-law gifted me this necklace. So right here, even before we ground, right in the introduction, I'm gonna say happy 2-year anniversary, 1-year wedding to @Wava Life. I will also make sure that I extend that same thanks and gratefulness at the end of this podcast as well. But at WAV, as in Victor, A Wava Life, LIFE. I love you. I love both of you. So thankful to have had the opportunity to celebrate your union just a few short days ago. And here now I have on the piece of jewelry that was trying to make me even later to that wonderful event. It's wonderful what you learn when you have nails, ladies, and anyone who wears nails, Gel X especially. You know, you try to do small, fine things, and the next thing you know, you're like, oh, I'm rendered helpless. And I was getting ready alone here at the house. None of that has to do with the episode because if you're new here or returning, Raise It Up Why is where OJs, that's a group from the 70s. Raise It Up Why is where OGs kick game to real ones only. And when I say we raise it up, we are raising up your self-awareness, your vibration, and your capacity for love, which is knowledge. That third tenet, raising your capacity for love, which is knowledge, is what we are focusing on all 2024. Today's episode, I feel, is going to bring some self-awareness that will really extend some help for anyone who might be kind of not used to seeing themselves at a time such as this. This is the last Thursday of October. Again, this is also called Halloween this year. This is also called just a few days before the 2024 election. And I'm not the hugest person on politics, but I do want to, once we ground, kind of extend a message for folks to vote. And what I also know is that this podcast reaches a Black heterosexual American male in this country. That's what my demographics say, my analytics say. And I also know that I've heard, at the very least, that this same demographic is having a challenging time deciding whether or not it would want to vote for a Black of any descent, however percentage Black, however much percentage Black, who knows, woman to run this country. And I want to provide you some possible insight about that confounding thought. And I'm going to do that after we ground ourselves into the episode. So give me just about 2 minutes. I know that when we are raising up people from the West Coast to the world here on this podcast, the people who are core and central to this space, the main supporters of this podcast, they are called Luv Culture. And the Luv Culture community is a global community. JF Music's What Up, Vanilla Ice from Deutschland, has an amazing amazing hip hop platform in Germany called I Still Love Her.de. A lot of people on Instagram, especially in other forms of social media, follow that account. It is run by one female DJ aus Deutschland, out of Germany. And I just think that when I think of folks that support this thing called hip hop and even my space here in Raise It Up, why I'm always fond of making sure I promote their spaces. JF, I was going to do something today. I had to cut this episode down. One, because my fiance's mom is bringing some enchiladas. No. What's she bringing? Lasagna. And it's late at night and we haven't eaten. So I'm like speeding through this episode low key. And I'm going to get to you on Instagram instead, JF Musics, because there was a topic I'm gonna broach off of your reel about the J. Cole song. I know that came out weeks ago now, but I was having some further thoughts about your recap of it. And it's still pertinent because I haven't heard an outlet report on that just yet. So I'm going to make sure to go ahead and give that tidbit right there on IG. So whether you're a Luv onlooker on YouTube or a Luv listener anywhere this podcast can be consumed, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your non-refundable time and energy. Thank you for sharing and being here with me in my space. If you're hearing background noise, it's because the food is a-coming, and we're not going to let it get too cold, so prepare for a fast episode. Let's get into some grounding. Grounding is a therapeutic tactic that separates the space wherever you were before you tuned into this pod from where you're going to be as you get into this pod. As my Onette Ashe, right behind this particular camera, said earlier as we were counting down getting into the episode, there's going to be hella gems dropped today, and I totally believe that. My Susie Q, who's getting our food from my soon-to-be mother-in-law, is in the other room, and she completely, is one of those folks that makes sure that we understand when you're getting ready to go up, as we talk about in this podcast. A determiner of how much you go up is how deep you're willing to support yourself and get. So separating space in grounding is important. So you take the time to really dig in and be at where you are. And the way we do it is through a poem. Some of you guys know it. If you know it, say it along. Take a moment. Be here with me. Hear my voice, feel your feet, wiggle your toes, touch your nose. And you're just doing all of that to recognize that you're here. Breathe a breath in. Blow a breath out. Do that again in through your nose and out through your mouth. You're just taking a moment to own this. This is a miracle that we call life. That you are breathing, you are winning just because you are living this life. By spending this time with my voice right now, you're investing into your betterment. And I want you to sit with that and feel proud. Let's go up. Getting back to that voting topic. I'm trying to see, like I say, I'm not the biggest advocate of much political. And I think maybe as an entertainer, I think that way because when you're an entertainer, you know where entertainment lies. you start to see it. And you know when people are paid to say things in which they don't believe. You also know when campaigns turn into mudslinging smear campaigns. It's literally a part of the political process when electing president of the United States every 4 years. And 4 years ago, I made a comment speaking about some intersections where hip hop and the election sort of took place. And I don't regret any of the things that I said. But also I know, like, when you guys listen back to this, whenever you find this episode, it could be 4 years from now, 2 years from now. I always want my broadcasts to have a certain amount of replay value. But at the same time, it's important to capture the Zeitgeist. Auf Deutsch, that means time ghost. In German, that means time ghost. And it's it's a term that you learn in art history, and podcasting itself is an art. Teaching itself is an art. So catching the time ghost, very pertinent on Halloween, of this time, what I want to say to especially Black men who seem to feel like they're having a tough time deciding whether or not they would vote for a Black woman to run this country. The tidbit here is how you do anything is how you do everything. That's number one. How you do anything is how you do everything. And every decision you make, every action you take represents a lot of what's been catered into you, what you've experienced, and how you've experienced it. Speaking more plainly, I know a lot of gentlemen who happen to be Black or of African American descent, who have a tough time reconciling their relationship with Black women. Your relationship, if you're a Black man in this country, with a Black woman usually starts at your mom. I'm not counting folks who are clearly biracial with a different race mom. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you are a Black American with a Black mom, even if your dad is a different ethnicity, if you have a Black mom, a lot of what you're thinking about, where the first female candidate like this close to possibly running this country is, everything you've ever dealt with that woman is coming up for you now. The same could be said for when we had a previous female presidential candidate attempting to run. I think the difference there is folks had so much more time and experience with that particular lady because of who she was in office with and then who she was married to prior to who she was in office with. I'm speaking vaguely because, once again, this is not a political podcast. I don't love the topic, but self-awareness is the topic of this podcast. And just to promote some thought where Black men are concerned in this country, the number one demographic for hip hop and this podcast, I just wanted to implore you, encourage you, inveigle you, entice you to consider that maybe the doubt or mistrust or lack of belief in this lady that you don't know stems from a woman by proxy that she represents that you do know. Whether it was a caregiver, whether it was an aunt, whether it's a mother, whether it's an educator. Thinking about hip hop, I think of Meek Mill and the Black female judge that threw the book at him. And that's how he ended up going to jail. And Robert Kraft, the billionaire that oh goodness, he owned a football team at the time. I can't remember which. I want to say the New England Patriots, but I'm not sure. Was the person who ended up being more of an ally to that black man than that black female judge that threw the book at Meek Mill. It's incidents like that and things like that that might make it challenging to see this candidate who could very well end up becoming the 47th president of the United States. The only other thing I want to impart on you or anybody who's listening is people's policies last way longer than their administrations. Educate yourself on what people stand for. Ask yourself what you think you want from this country and then see who has policy that aligns with it. The reason why I say that part later and so much less loud is because I've been an educator next year for 20 years. The last thing most people do is actually educate themselves on a topic. Motherfuckers won't even fact check a meme, a rumor before they spread it. So I highly doubt that a lot of you are running to find the social policy, political policy that either candidate is attempting to run on and then making your decisions based on that. Because if you did, most of you would realize that voting for one of those candidates, usually if you're a person of color in the middle class in this country, is shooting yourself in this foot. If you're a person who is looking to be a person for the people, you know which candidate has policy that would increase your likelihood of carrying out the American dream as you see fit for it. Not telling anybody how to vote. I am telling everybody to exercise your right to vote. If voting wasn't important, every time you went to jail or did something wrong in this country, they would not try to take it away from you. Things that have value don't get taken away from you. Therefore, in the opposite, if something has value and you do something quote unquote bad in this country, yes, they will try to take it away from you. And there are a few things like convicted felons and things like that who they attempt to take that, that right, that American right away from. And it's so interesting because a convicted felon is running for... Let's get into the episode. I got a high why. I also got to raise them up for you, as well as some Wyann's words of wisdom before we get on out of here and eat lasagna. All right. High why. One of Luv Culture's favorites, at Luv Just. Well, I call him Luv Just. At Just Cree, the number 8 art. At Just CRE number 8 art. Just Create Art has a question. How much damage do we do to ourselves and or the other person when we exercise damage control? I felt confused by that. So he gave me some examples of damage control. One of them, he and his homeboys were talking about saying, happy life, happy wife. A lot of guys might say that, and therefore by exercising damage control, which I'm going to call giving up your right to feel and think and just keeping someone else happy in a relationship, that's what it sounds like damage control is being defined as in this particular high why. He's wanting to know my thoughts on when folks do damage control in relationships, are we doing ourselves and the other person a disservice? Yes, we are. I love the saying, happy wife, happy life, when the wife seeks to support her husband, when she's a partner, not just a chick that happens to have a ring on her finger. I really enjoy the happy wife, happy life comment in those types of situations. I've had the privilege of seeing some marriages that were very happy marriages, and every guy, every man, every gentleman, 45 years in, 40 years in, my parents have 46, something like that. however old Wendy is, it's just a couple years older than that. 45 years in this year, let's just say. My parent, not even let's just say, it is. It's 45 years in this year. Yes, they met in 78, but they got married in 76. Yeah, 45. They got married in 79. My math is amazing. And we're actually going to do some math in the next section. No, the husbands I know who have been married happily for a long time, I've heard, they're the first men I've heard say, happy wife, happy life. Wyann's opinion, that only happens when the wife is there to serve her husband, to be of service to her husband, to support her husband. This is a woman whose only job would be to make sure that her husband is just as happy, or their union is just as happy, or their family is just as happy. When you're loving a person dedicated to servitude, it feels very easy to serve them back. So I don't find happy wife, happy life to be a damage control sort of, you know, I give up my sense of self. I give up my own thoughts, my own voice, just because my partner needs to be happy. I don't look at the slogan, happy wife, happy life, like that, only because in Wyann's world, the men, the husbands who have told me that have had no less than 20, 25 years of marriage, happy, like they laugh, like they go on dates still, marriages. If any person is begrudgingly saying happy wife, happy life, you are not meaning it, and it's not coming from a place of a servitude heart, servant's heart. So if you're not seeking to serve your wife, maybe because you feel she doesn't seek to serve you or the family, she might be selfish, or the partnership might not be partnershiping. You might have a relationship, but it might not be a partnership. Does that make sense? Every relationship isn't a partnership. Straight up. Some people are in relationship just because it makes sense. Some people take on a spouse because they want to complete a picture. Some people already have kids, or they've been divorced once and they realize that they functioned better in a marriage, and now they just want to be married. Wanting to be married or wanting to be in relationship for the sake of saying I have someone is not the time that I would say, yeah, employ happy wife, happy life, because both of you are there for the wrong reasons. Respect. But when I think of folks that need the damage control in relationships, the only time I even care to utilize quote unquote damage control, basically me stifling some part of myself in order to make a relationship work, I better be getting paid. I better be at work, and it better be something I only have to do for only so much time. Meaning, you guys know I'm an edutainer, a therapeutic edutainer. In my entertainment side, sometimes we work with promoters or location sites. And at those spaces, the stagehand might be an asshole. The stage manager might be an asshole. The front of house man might be an asshole. Or one of the assistants of the people that is supposed to be helping us is an asshole. The hotel manager, wherever we are on tour, they might be an asshole. Guess what? In those moments, I literally am only going to know you for like the next 14 hours. Fuck it. Just bite the bullet, fall on your sword to make the day go smoother, get the job done, get the money and run. Yes, I will fall on my sword for something like that. I will exercise damage control for a temporary work situation. Here's where I won't. In my education side, if I'm working for a school and I have a semester or 2 semester long, which is 1 year long contract, and I have to see a set of people every single day or every single week, a couple times a week for the next year, and they're like assholey and I'm not happy, there's no way on earth I would sacrifice the same sort of damage control of, well, let me just, bite the bullet until everybody has a price, but money isn't mine. You know what I'm saying? Some people, money is their price, but it's not mine. So I would have to see how we could have a conversation and maybe work things out to where something happened more pleasurably. I think that communication would help even the happy wife, happy life men who aren't saying that for the most altruistic reasons. Communication. If this person is your partner, if you're in a relationship with someone and this person is a partner for you, with or to you, it could be a dad to a son. I hear Joe Budden on his podcast with his castmates talk about a lot the phenomenon of when your child broke your heart and it was hard to forgive your child, especially a dad to a son. Communication is the only thing I believe that starts to fix those sorts of things. Never underestimate what good communication could do. And if it's too big for you and your partner, employ therapy. Employ a counselor. And not just any counselor. Somebody who knows their shit. Not somebody you saw on Instagram and a couple memes and then now you throw some, influencer information into your relationship mix. No, I'm talking about like the masterminds, urban_counselor on Instagram, our boy Dana Lewis, or Mitsun Okada on Instagram, these are two actual therapists. Maybe convening with those types of folks, even if it's in the DM just for a minute, like, yo, I just wanted to, when you do things like this, hi why on this podcast, or when we're having Love Tuesdays or Love Lounges or Lightworks, having those sorts of conversations with a trained, not traditionally practicing therapist, those things can really be helpful, right? But just going off of, man, I got to bite the bullet and I have to lose so another person can win. No. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that when a man is doing it with and to and for a woman, when a woman does it with and to and for a man, or however the two parties in a relationship identify. I don't agree with that in any regard. Dampening yourself, dimming your light to help some light somewhere else shine brighter is not the move. Not now, not ever. So, Love Just, you know how we do. We can further this conversation in a love lounge near you on Instagram Live. But yeah, I am a firm believer in making sure that we always are taking care of ourselves, being whole, happy, and well within ourselves. And then from that very healthy space, sharing energy with a partner that we attract on the same wavelength. If it don't come from that, nah. It's a no for me, dog. How about that? All right? Love you, Love Just. And let's get into our Raise 'em Up. This is where I edutain. We just came from a high why where a love in Luv Culture writes in to get my opinion on something like Love Just did. This right here is called a Raise 'em Up, where I get to edutain. I get to educate and entertain in my own special way. In my own special way. I know what I forgot on it. My ring. Yeah. You know where it is?
I think so.
Okay, top drawer on the left, middle. Okay, yeah. It's in a little Aldo, like, blush pink bag. Aldo be having cute shit. I don't care what nobody say. So for this Raise 'em Up, I want to revisit my math instructor days. A lot of people don't like math. Math actually tests how well you are at relationship. And a lot of people don't realize if you are good at math, you are good at relationship. And if you are good at relationship, you are good at math. Some people don't want to accept that, or they don't feel like it's true. So they kind of be like, that can't be right. I am telling you, as an educator of math, as a person who taught basic math instruction, skills from learning how to spell 3 all the way up to geometry for nearly a decade for Los Angeles Unified School District, and did that for a bunch of diverse adult learners where if your classroom didn't keep a certain amount of adult learners in it, they just closed it and your money was gone. And I kept double the mandated number. I kept about double that. I had to turn students away at 6 o'clock at night on 2 nights a week at Crenshaw High night school, if you can believe that. I had students that ranged from 30 to 70. I had some concurrently enrolled students that were only teenagers. But what I need you to hear about all this is that regardless of their age, my students remained in the class because they found value there. What I've learned about education when you have adult learners is that adult learners vote with their feet. This is not mandated school like K through 12, which is a federal mandate that all 6 to 17-year-olds go to public school in this country. No, you are 18, school is optional. Boop. There's that, right? So you had to be compelling. You had to be the shit. Oh, you had to have your ring with the boombox for the branding. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, we're not even at that part of the pod yet. So here's the thing. Onette made me feel like my full podcaster host self. Integers. Spell it INTEJE. Spell it correctly. INTEGERS. Where I got the J from is that in math, it's represented by the letter J. How weird is that? I know. Because they know they fucked up. It's called integers. Doesn't that sound like it should have been a J? Cup of soup from the other room said, fuck integers. No. She didn't say that. I hope you guys heard her. Here's the vibe. So, I'm not going to make this a whole lesson. Integers are all the numbers that you see on a number line. Negative infinity, 0, all the way through to positive infinity. -1, 0, +1, and beyond. ... -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, ... and beyond. You get me? So, why you like integers is because you like money. Money. Hey, money. Is that the OJs? It's the Ohio Players. Is it? Susie, please look it up. It's the Ohio Players. Who sings money, 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 money? The Ohio Players or OJs? I know that people are looking at this and listening to this and they're yelling at their phones and they're yelling at YouTube. It is the OJs? And that's why I messed up early in the episode and said the OJs out of nowhere. Thank you. Give me plausible deniability. Yeah. Okay. Integers represented by J, because money is by the OJs. OJ. So integers don't only mimic money. In fact, in my classrooms at Crenshaw, I would teach masculine minds integers through money and feminine energetic minds through relationship. Money and relationship both are actually just still relationships. Here's the thing. If you have $7, someone comes and takes $5, clearly you have $2 left. Same integers. If you have a debt of $7 and someone comes and pays you $5, now your debt is only $2. You only owe $2 more. Both of those concepts are just playing with integers. Instead of looking at the integers like money and dollars, let's look at it like energy invested, because that's the currency of relationships. Even if we were to look at Justin's Love Just's high why from just a couple minutes ago, what happens when you have people who can't hear the happy wife, happy life and find joy in that statement? It's because some husband somewhere feels like they're on -7. And some wife somewhere added into their equation is only added at like 5. So when you put the two of them together in relationship, it feels like a -2. It doesn't feel whole. It doesn't even break even and get to 0. If the man feels like he's left holding the bag, he'll have a hard time saying, happy wife, happy life, right? Not only that, even deeper than that, I think about the fact that folks, people, they try to make withdrawals in relationships into which they've never invested. Let me explain. Some of you, I'm looking at you, Hassani, McLean Davis, Young Fly and Flashy, Keena Bina. I'm looking at y'all because some of y'all have seen people get in my space, my IG live space on Instagram Live, which is called the Love Lounge, and crash the fuck out. Some of these have been friends. All of these have been guys, unfortunately, at this point in my life. I have no clue why that's the case, but it is. And what has happened is, in 2 different cases, a gentleman who knows me in this life, and they've met me before Raise It Up Why, maybe before The Pharmacy with Dr. Dre on Apple Music back in the day, or maybe before a lot of the accomplishments I might have obtained in recent years. These are the types of folks that see you in a new position, but because they have no stock invested in your enhancement, in your advancement, in your evolution, they have no currency in the evolution of you. They only know how to relate to you in the version of you that they were. Let me tell you something. If you're ever in a space with someone and they see you now that you've got your degree, or you cleared out your debt, or you started your company and you're seeing not just revenue, but profit in your company, your startup, and you get somebody that says something like, hey, big time shit, I'm just trying to get like you. Damn, stranger, you don't really call nobody no more. Wow, you could call, but you can't text, or you could text rather, but you can't call. I see you posting on Insta, but man, you don't really hook up with your folks, man. Like, that's crazy. And these people, especially if you're still a genuine version of you, I don't know that this is the time and place to start quoting Drake. However, he has a line back on So Far Gone where he says, and to have known me would mean that there's a new me. And if you think I've changed, then the slightest could have fooled me. When you evolve, maybe you get out of a gang. Maybe you choose sobriety over drinking or an addiction. However you end up going further, advancing higher, when people haven't taken that journey with you and they only know you from when you were yay high, they have a hard time connecting to the version of you that you've become. And that dissonance, that confusion, that disturbance within them causes them to say goofy shit like, hey, Hollywood. Dang, must be nice you over there working with Dr. Dre. Wow, you don't know nobody. You work at USC now. These, Onette is laughing. These types of comments, bro, are ones that simply say, I'm looking at a current version of you that I don't know how to connect with because I haven't invested in any of this part of your life. When that happens, going back to the integer conversation, and someone doesn't know how to connect, but they still desire things from you, they don't know how to connect to the person that you've become, but they want something on the level that you're at. Here's what happens. Man, that's crazy you over there with Dr. Dre now. Hey, go ahead and bring me to the studio with you because I got this demo that I've been shopping. I got this new artist that's going crazy around here now. And you know what? Just run me up to Dr. Dre's house with you. That is asking. Nett is going crazy behind that doggone camera. That is asking for a withdrawal that you invested zero stock in. This is, of course, that person comes from no, how have you been? How's your mom? Hey, I heard that your dog died. How are you feeling about that? I know how close you were with your aunt in the group, The Emotions, and I saw that she passed. How are you doing? How's your family? No, none of that. Just when I see you again, what can I take from you in this space? That's called bullshit. I call bullshit. That's user energy. I'll be honest with you. If I can keep it a full stack, there are some people who don't see the value. Again, from light work, and we've been talking about the conversation of value and trust and things that are foundational pieces to love that I don't know that you get to love without these pieces, and value is one of those things. I know people that don't find value in my podcast until their heart is broken. Until someone they know or love has passed away, until something crazy has happened in the news cycle, another Black Lives Matter, let's say, kind of a situation happens. People feel outrage or discontentment and they don't know where safely to express that. Those are the people that find the Love Lounge. Those are the people that'll hit my DMs. Those are the people that'll be like, hey, do you got an episode that relates to fill in the blank, whatever they're going through? I'm not going to say that those people are users. That's not it. But notice the same thing. When they felt a deficit, they understood where positive value was. Some of you guys know that in the tenets of Raise It Up Why, we spread non-corny positivity from the West Coast to the world. Non-corny what? Positivity. All of the numbers on the right side of the zero in a number scale, which would be your integers, right? The positive side, those are called natural numbers. It's a bigger story. Don't worry about it. But the point is, 1 through positive infinity are positives. We, on this pod, in the space of hip hop especially, we represent positivity within hip hop. I can't tell you how many rappers, people who work in the hip hop music industry, entertainment at large, and just consumers of hip hop culture, how they'll hit me and be like, hey, you got an episode that deals with, or that talks about dealing with, and I'll be like, yeah, let me send it to you. I deal this positivity like it's dope. Dope game. Shouts out to Bennett in a minute. And Boomer did it. Ooh, the Yarders. And I'm wearing their Letterman jacket. If you're listening, this does nothing for you. If you're watching on YouTube, you know the vibes. Long hair don't care, so I'm kind of covering up the little the little vibes on this little Y, green Y right here, matching the green bra. Now you want to see it on YouTube. Get out my face. But no, this is going to delve into and dovetail into the Wyann's words of wisdom, because undervaluing the importance of adult friendship will make you the user in many of your relationships. Having a difficult time knowing how to connect with people and instead only reaching out when you're dying of thirst, crying for help, that makes you the user. That makes you the -7 looking for some +5, +9, +7, something. It makes you the person that's reaching out. It's different when you've connected with someone. And I'm going to talk about that difference right now in this Wyann's words of wisdom. Hey, episode 75. I'm your friend, not your fucking fan. That's the Wyann's words of wisdom. I'm your friend. I am not your fan. This is where the whole episode title comes from. Because people have such a tough time connecting today, they live and exist in relationships where they are fanning out over the person that they can't believe they've attracted, or they can't believe how they've gotten. And as a result, they create this dilapidated seesaw of a relationship where they might, in some forms, think they're less worthy and that the other person is so worthy, or opposite, that I'm so worthy and nigga, you better be happy I gave you the time of day. It might be because I got all the money and you got all the looks. So there are times when I'm the thing that's keeping this thing cracking, and there's sometimes when you're the thing that gets this thing cracking. But that seesaw relationship is not connection. It might be attachment, sure, but never mistake attachment for connection in relationship. Attachment just means you're related. One person is grasping or holding on to the idea, usually not actually the person, but the idea of the other person. Some of you know my first degree is in child development and family studies. Did you know that your child attaches to you, the caregiver, the parent, because it's a dependent? So when you have an attachment in adult relationships, you depend on one another. In child development, the parent's relationship with the child is called a bond. A parent doesn't need the child. It takes care of the child and learns to form a relationship with it, which is called bonding. Relationship from parent to child is called bonding. Relationship from child to parent is called attachment, because the child doesn't know any better. It doesn't discern love from its mother, an adoptive mother, a caregiver that's in the place by proxy of a mother because maybe the mom wasn't fit. Maybe the mom is not around. Maybe the mom is the breadwinner in the house and works all the time. She might be a single mom. So you're home with the babysitter or you're home with the neighbor. Whoever it is, that baby, that little baby is attaching to the adults around it. It is not bonding. It is not relating. It is not loving. It doesn't possess the capacity just yet. So when adults attach, they are depending on one another in a friendship, in a marriage, in a intimate relationship. Never mistake attachment, again, for connection in relationship. What is connection then? Connection is when you are practicing life with another person. You are not performing what you think is what needs to be said or what needs to happen in order to make a life happen with someone. Going back to love just. Wow. Going back to the idea of damage control or happy wife, happy life. Wow. I didn't even see that until I just said that right now. Connection means I can fuck up and I still have a home to come back to. Connection doesn't mean, so because I know I can fuck up, I go out, fuck up as a rule, meaning continuously, meaning I just happen to keep finding myself in this other person's bed. I happen to keep gambling the kids' school money out at the casino every week. I just so happened. No, nigga, ain't no just so happen. There's no just so happen in those cases, right? When you practice connection, when you practice relating to someone within the realm of connection, you can make mistakes, have the capability to learn from the mistake, own your mistake, change a behavior because you recognize how the mistake harms, hurts, damages the union, and together stronger with your supportive, not your guilt tripping, not your I'm going to always remind you of every time you fucked up partner. Hello? Your supporting partner. The two of you now connect with the new information of, okay, here's how we can move, and here's how we should, and here's how we will move going forward. Those types of relationships are called connections where Wyann is concerned. This is not coming out of a book. These are loose definitions I'm creating on the fly as I'm talking about this topic. You want to practice life with a person next to you. You are not seeking to perform in order to gain the approval of someone you think is your friend. I'm noticing in some of my adult friendships, the only way to strike up conversation is to talk about an accolade. Talk about a post that went well on social media. Talk about a song that they did that you realized was like, you know, a good performing song on TikTok or whatever. I don't know. If your point of connection is because you're looking for a way to start the conversation, so I have to talk about, man, that was a great job you did the other day. Or, hey, I hope you're, you know, I saw that your plaque went platinum, you know, man, tell me about that. If that's how I feel I have to connect with you because asking you about how your mom is just doesn't seem like it's enough or doesn't seem important enough for you, fuck the friendship. Quote unquote friendship, by the way. Fuck that friendship. It's not a friendship. People who only hit me when they see that I've accomplished something aren't my friends. They're fans. And I don't care if I've known you since elementary school. You're a fan, bro. Shit. I'll be good. I know some relationships around me, I'll say, where the individual dating the person around me is a fan of the person around me. They don't seek to connect, and they don't connect with the person around me. And the person around me is just okay being showered with the attention of her fan. It's good enough for her. And you know what? Respect. Because if it works for them, then it works. I'm not here to judge. I'm also not here to change definitions of words just because people are closer to me or further away from me. If you are not practicing life alongside someone and not just sending a meme, like asking a real question, engaging with a person on some other level than memes and accomplishments and work. If you're not having that sort of connection, you are engaging in fandom. You are attaching. You have a couple dependencies that you think are friendships, and it's not the vibe. So what does the connection look like? Connection looks like, even if you don't talk every single day or every single week with someone, when you all communicate, there's a depth to the communication. Your relationship exists off of social media. Connecting with someone means you can have a difference of opinion and still be besties, still be good friends. You can vote one way, they can vote another way, and nobody is looking to try to kill the other. You're allowing someone to be in life while you're being in life. And you just keep choosing time and energy and sharing space with that person. Maybe on a consistent basis, hopefully on a consistent basis, even if that consistent basis is once a month, once every quarter. I understand lives are busy. Some of us, therapeutic edutainer, to be exact, don't have a crazy amount of time to be on a phone, call and text. But I 100% know that there are certain people that when that line rings, can't nobody get us off the phone for about at least 3 hours. At the very least 3 hours. My good friend Mango, I think we have a solid 1.5 to 2 hour to 3 hour kind of conversation. One of my homeboys, Veda, we talk at least 3 hours or until one of our phones die. Some folks are in-person types of people. My folks at the gym get up and we don't even have each other's number, but we just get up at the gym. This one young man, I've known him since he was 15. He was 15 and now he's in his 30s. So let's say if you're 15 in 2009, you would be 25 in 2019, right? And 2019 was 5 years ago. Yeah, he's 30. That baby is 30. I remember talking to him about which college he wanted to go to because we would all ball out at the same gym. And I just saw him not last night, but the night before going into the gym. And I'm like, bro, what? He's like, I'll talk to you when we in there. I'm like, let's go. One of my other homeboys that I ball out with just DM'd me today and was like, are you still hooping? I'm like, just a little bit. I'm not really doing the same things. Don't get the wrong ideas. Anybody that's out there listening, Daylight, leave me alone. The Town GQ, leave me alone. I'm not her like you think. Problem, rather Jason Martin, don't. I just got a little jumper is all. And I like to get some cardio. Don't bother game. Leave me the fuck alone. All of my rapper homeboys that actually hoop, don't talk to me, please. But let people be your friend. If you're the type of person that can only be around someone if they're praising you, if they're showering you with some form of compliment or flattery in some way, if these are the only types of attachments you allow yourself, hey, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. And this person knows that I'm talking about them, but we had a good talk and got through this. There are certain people that want to try to put you on the hook for not being their friend, and they're not ready to answer the question, where did you leave me space to be your friend? The person that does not take you up on the, hey, you want to go hit a walk? Hey, you want to go for a bite? Hey, you want to grab some coffee? Hey, how's your folks? How's your family? And that's when the conversation dies. But if you talk about a studio session, it picks back up. Don't play with me. I love texting people for that exact reason. Hey, scroll up in this conversation. Tell me I haven't been your friend. I don't know what the fuck you've been to me, but tell me I haven't been your friend, whether it's been reciprocated back or not. That's a, but that's one of those come to Jesus moments. That's one of those moments where you got to look in the mirror and say, damn, where was I that day? Why didn't I respond that day? It's not like you said, no, I don't have time. You just left it on red. Like I'm your groupie or some shit. Nigga, I fuck one nigga. I'm about to marry him, but I only fuck one nigga. If I'm going to be a groupie for someone, it's going to be him. And the beautiful part about being vulnerable and in love with someone is, if I were going to be a groupie for someone, I would only be a groupie for him. And I know I will, because he would never make me a groupie. He would never do it to me. That's why I'm so open to him for it to. I would allow it. I'm so open in that space with my fiance that I would even allow that to happen, only because I know it won't. Because I know that nigga got my back. Like 4 flats on a Cadillac got my back. And I got his. So when TJ says, happy wife, happy life, shit, because the happier I am, the better I get to support you. The better I get to connect with you. Show up for you. Protect the heart of you. And if you don't have people that are riding for you like that in your corner, find your friends. Fuck a fan. I put a D on that for some reason. I don't know why I did. That was a great way to end, and I fucked it up a little bit. Find your friends. Fuck a fan. That's going to end my Wyann's words of wisdom. Listen to me before I mother love and go. When thank you. I had to get these nails right. And I just realized I dropped an octave down because I don't feel like singing. That was also flat singing. There she is. Yeah, so, haha. I love the Do More Than You Knew. I timed it tonight using the press play thermal system, my blow dry, because I washed it with the press play, the Rewind shampoo, and then I conditioned. I didn't even use their conditioner because that conditioner is too good. It makes my hair feel like baby ass, soft curls is what I meant to say, baby curls. Because baby curls are soft too, and baby ass is soft. But shouts out to my nieces and nephews. I only have one niece. So here's the thing. I love the Do More Than You Knew. Way to step all over that ad. At ILOVETHEDOUX. It's not an ad, actually. It's just that I support my cousin Maya Smith and my cousin Brian Smith, owners and founders of The Do, THEDOUX. It says DOUX, but it is pronounced do, like morning dew, or do what you want, do what you love. Yeah, so I love the Do More Than You Knew. After washing and conditioning with, I used the honey one. I used the honey infused conditioner just because I knew I was going to wash and rinse everything out, and I wanted to just have a little bit of goodness in there. So I used that just to kind of revitalize me. And did my blow dry with just glaze, not just blaze, just glaze. And it took 10 minutes. My blow dry took 10 minutes. Wow. Flat iron took another 10. Mind you, I'm, breaking the fourth wall. All in the middle of this It's basically just a blow dry if we're going to keep it a stack. I've been working out, so I don't want to put all that heat on my hair. Like, for what? Yeah. For what reason? I just wanted it to look cute enough to be in front of y'all and for Wendy not to come in here and try to make me wear my hair poofy again. Hello? Hello. If you saw episode 74, you understand what I mean. So number 1, at I love the do more than you knew. ILOVETHEDOUX is the first small business. She's not a small business, but a business that I really appreciate and I wanted to share with my following. That is this section called Pay Your Dues. Number 2, if y'all don't look at these nails, DEMOR Beauty, Demore Beauty, with my baby girl nails by Kylin, KYLIN. But if you want to find her on IG, it is DEMOR BEAUTY, Demore Beauty. This child gave me rose quartz marble with chrome gold inflections, Gel X, a new set, manicured and took care of my nails underneath. We had an amazing conversation while it happened on period. But please make sure you hit my baby girl up. Let her know that you heard about her if you're in the Los Angeles area from this podcast. She works so hard and she's just a great person and a great spirit. You would really enjoy to have your nails done by her. Shit, my sister has her hair done by her because she added hair into what she does. So she has some, what do you call it? Passion twists? Passion locks? Passion twists. She has locks. She gave Wendy passion twists. And did that. Wendy's hair looked amazing. It looks so good. It's really ridiculous. Kylin, I'm so proud of you, baby girl. So happy to have you as a part of Luv Culture, and just thankful for your commitment to yourself and that you share that with us. Appreciative always. So that's number 2, DEMOR Beauty, Demore Beauty on Instagram. Number 3, Haroni. I knew that. Haroni Arrangements. Can you see this? HARONI.arrangements. Haroni Arrangements is the newest endeavor of @onet_ashay. EWNET. Hello. EWNET. Onet_ashay. ASHE. Yeah, ASHE. If you've been watching this podcast for quite some time, you'll notice that on this side of me, there's usually like a cascade of flowers, like this beautiful arrangement of flowers. This young lady named Onet took her talents and said, wait, I think I can really do this. I love flowers. I love arranging. Why don't I just do it for real? She made this for tonight. This is like a $100 value situation that she was just like, yep, let's put this on the pod tonight. I'm like, thank you. This is, I'm trying to like find how to like take pictures every month. Do. I just heard from the CEO and founder of the company that I'm going to have a new Haroni arrangement every single month. And hopefully we can show it on the pod, no? So then we can show it on the pod and everything. I think of my love, Clouded Chris. We'll put it even apart. Yeah. We can, play with it. Onet and Susie run my life. If you guys didn't know, I think most of you already know that they're my angels team. They're not assistants, they're angels. And yeah, you guys think I have autonomy in my life. I don't. They kind of tell me what to do. So yeah, so she said we're going to get one every month. We're going to get one every month. And we're going to advertise it like in the set and stuff like that. We've had this up just for the whole 2024, but 2025, let's play. Let's play some more. Yes, okay. Number 4, pay your dues. The Yarders. I'm wearing. Hello. Talk to me. Talk to me nice. If you talk to me, I'm laughing at this doggone class at USC. My students, and they literally always sit right here. The one group, and my students named one of their groups for their midterm. Talk to us nice. I said, I say it that much. They were like, we just wanted to be like one of the main things you said. I said, motherfucker. So yes, the Yarders, speaking of USC, at Boomer Did It, at L7 Hayes, came and were the cultural curators for my Compton week. Excuse me, my module of class called Just Like Compton. Shouts out to DJ Quick, who was there in spirit. We were texting back and forth with him, and he approved, of the class. And watching Compton in real life take over my room and guest teach USC students, wow, it was such a full circle moment. It really goes back to one of the tenets that I wanted to teach this class through, which was the lyric from Biggie. You never thought that hip hop could take it this far. We said it, that was a December 2023 episode. You never thought that hip hop would take it this far. We named it that. And it's literally one of the tenets that I teach that class through, to show hip hop started out after dark in the park. And now we're at USC, and the children of legends in this game, like Second to None on the West Coast, and the whole Death Row family tree with Hayes and stuff like that, are here at USC teaching about authenticity in our Just Like Compton module. And this chick is teaching I'm still kind of disbelief in that. Okay, but they came, they saw, they conquered, did an excellent and an amazing job, and students have been talking about it. Here it is, over a week, 2 weeks by the time you all see this, past the class. And man, they did such an amazing job. So I'm just so thankful to have these gentlemen to call my brothers and have them come in my class and take over the spot. They presented me with this jacket in my class, and Onette has video. Oh, they posted it. They posted it. So if you go to at the Yarders, TheYarders, you will see it on their Instagram. And it would take Boomer to tell you what the Yarder name actually means, and I would never steal his thunder like that. But Yarders are folks that help and assist with big energies, big values, and big people. And by being a Yarder within Boomer's leadership of that collective, it represents folks who see the need to put big energies in big spaces. So I feel like that day in my class was just a culmination of why Boom made me a Yarder. And I just feel very thankful and proud of myself, proud of them, proud of the whole situation. At Wava Life, number 5, WAV as in Victor, ALIF as in Frank, E, Wava Life. Again, Aurora, new baby sister, because of my baby brother, at Warren V. This necklace, can you see it in this camera B? Mm-hmm. This necklace right here, I tried to put it on by myself, getting ready for their wedding, and almost broke these nails because I was like, and it took so long, I was just like, I hate everyone. That's what you're supposed to say for someone's wedding day. Anyways, I just wanted to say happy 2-year anniversary and happy first inaugural year of being wed, having your wedding, to my baby brother and sister, and never least for last, Luv Culture and at RAISEITUPWY. We had Luv Lounge Live LA, the mixer.
You weren't there, you missed out.
It was an incredible event. I don't want to disgrace the topic by trying to cram it in at the end right here of the episode. I think we just need to have a Luv Lounge about it. Yeah, we'll do a Luv Lounge about it, and maybe I'll leave it up so that people can see it. Maybe I'll leave that. I won't put it under my subscriptions on IG. I'll leave it public so that people can go revisit it. Extraordinary folks with extraordinary conversation, connection, and culture. The intersection of the meeting space of culture and connection is our Luv Lounge Live LA experience, brought to you by Raise It Up Y and 13 Presents ... I'm letting you guys know, if you haven't been to a live pod experience, you need to get to one, and that's on period. Some people report feeling the most supported, the most seen, the most loved on. I mean, that's what we do. Feeling connected, feeling valued. These are the things that people are coming back and saying, and I just feel thankful. That's my thing. I feel thankful that people allow me to serve my social work heart, right? Like, I want to serve other humans in that way, and I feel thankful whenever I get that opportunity. So, loves, we did it. Episode 75 in the can. The lasagna is lukewarm, but guess what? I have a microwave. Y'all didn't know? It's the biggest microwave you've ever seen. So it's like a macro wave. But it was my grandmother's. Slow your roll. Ha ha. Everybody out there laughing too hard. Anyway, no, I'm joking. I love y'all. I thank y'all for your non-refundable time and energy. I'll say it again. I recognize that there's a whole lot of places that you can be whenever you're taking the time out to listen to this podcast, to watch, spend time with, and view this podcast. And the fact that you done did it with me is just second to none, man. So, as always, I love you, and stay real. I hurt my neck. I don't know why I did that.
Raise it up, why?